Virat Kohli, thanks so much for your time. Can you please put the orange cap on? Thank you, sir. Outstanding. You've done that a few times over the years. How did tonight feel?
Yeah, much better than the last game. I'm still not 100%. My knee was a bit sore last game. Even health-wise, I've been under the weather for 4 or 5 days now. So yeah, just getting back up to my best. I started off well today, so I was happy with my intensity. Then again, would have liked to carry on and finish the game off. Sometimes you have to take the conditions into account as well. The pitch slowed down considerably, and I just wanted to probably keep going in the same manner. But yeah, in the end, should have probably finished that one off as well.
It wasn't the usual Chinnaswamy that we've sort of seen at the surface tonight.
Yeah, it was slower than normal. If you saw, there was not enough grass on it. The last 3-4 days have been very, very hot. It's been very dry as well. So we thought it's going to be a dry, slow wicket rather than, one of those bare ones that are tacky when we play in Chinnaswamy. So it was different, and hence the idea was to push the game away from the opposition and take the game away from them in the first 5-6 overs. And for those reasons, the power play batting was important, and hence I say that I was happy with my approach today. I was able to put the team in front early on.
You've set the standard for so long, Virat. Can I just ask you what you see in Rajat Patidar at the moment? Because we're watching something pretty special there.
Well, we have our KPIs as a batting unit, and it says Rajat to go in and assess the situation. I always tell him, you're probably looking to assess the bowler's heart rate rather than the situation, like where do these guys stand? I mean, incredible. It's clarity. Also, the way our management has stacked up our team, it allows us to play in a certain way. I have to adapt my roles accordingly. Allows me to play a certain way up front with Salty. So we pass on the baton pretty nicely in this team, and yeah, just the freedom of having Romario and Tim, and KP hasn't even batted in any games yet. So it's we're sitting on a batting unit that's explosive, that's getting the job done, and yeah, it looks pretty intimidating if I was in the opposition as well. If you have like Romario and Tim to walk in even after you're 5 down, these guys can get you 50 runs in 4 overs. So that's pretty handy to have, and that's giving all of us a lot of freedom.
There's a poll question we're asking with regard to par for the power play, and you're speaking of all these resources. Is that what informs how hard you go up at the top?
Well, it depends on the situation and the condition as well, Pami. As you know, like not all games are going to be 230, 240. I think we understand the game's moving forward pretty nicely. The demands of the modern game are pretty different, but you always have to keep an eye out on the situation and when people are under pressure. We're still in the first half of the tournament. Second half onwards, the games are going to get tighter and people are going to be under pressure.